Whoa, welcome back to the Dear Abbey podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a lovely Thursday, wherever you're at the gym, in the car, at work, at home, folding laundry, eating breakfast, eating dinner. Moving on, I have some fun updates to share. First, we're going to do life updates. So I don't really want to talk mental health that much until the end. Before I jump in, though, I was going to do this at the end, but I feel like I'm just going to do this now before I forget. I want to do a Dear Abby segment where, the point of the podcast, kind of, but I guess the play of words of Dear Abby, like the article that used to be in the newspaper, but not like that at all for legal reasons. But it is spelled differently, again, to reiterate that. I do want to have a segment where I can give advice, or pretty much, just that, advice. Or you can write in stories and I can just give some advice. It literally can be anything. I know the most about emotional, mental health stuff. But I also am, experienced in life. I know some things, but I also don't know anything. So any advice given, take it with a grain of salt. Your opinion is the most important. Unless you have a terrible opinion, then it's not important at all. Just kidding. And so you can submit those to the email. I have it in the the whatever it's called, the details below. Oh, the video description is what it's called, I think. But that'll be in the details below, that you can send an email to that, or you can, message me on Instagram and just call it Dear Abby. And I can start reading those and we can kind of get into those. I don't know if I'm going to do a whole episode with those, or if that's just going to be a segment. I think it's just going to be a segment on every episode, but I'm excited. I don't really have any advice submissions right now because I haven't really broadcasted that, but send them in to me. I won't judge. Automatically I probably will, but consciously I'm not going to judge you, and I don't care who you are. I'm not going to look you up or anything. So, or you can send it anonymously. That's fine. I'm not going to read anyone's names or anything like that too, unless you want me to. I can expose. Okay. Also, I do want to possibly, this is probably asking a lot and I'm probably just being lazy, but I also don't know which parts of the podcast you guys enjoy the most. It's probably different for everyone, but if you guys could not necessarily clip videos, but what parts do you guys enjoy? And it can be timestamps or something in the comments. Because I want to post and advertise my podcast. And I don't know which parts to post because I feel like the parts that I think are good probably aren't the good parts, to be honest. So I'd rather get what everyone else's opinion is and post those, I guess. So I think that's it. Time to get into some fun life updates. So I feel like this week has been a bit of a gentle week, I guess you could say. I don't know if gentle's maybe, it feels like I've just had a lot of gentle days where it's nothing's really that intense. Maybe I'll have an OCD spike of just a million intrusive thoughts about whatever themes, and it's 20 minutes and it used to be 7 hours. I'm probably in the best place in my recovery that I've ever been, and that's been really nice. I've also just been able to focus more on work. So I've just been working a lot, trying to get all the things that I'm doing. I'm back on track and it feels very good. However, there is one thing that I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but I have been eating so much fast food. And I don't want to be, okay. I've never been someone that has eaten a lot of fast food. I usually would eat it maybe once every 2 weeks. It's just I don't find it enjoyable. I don't really think it's that good. There was not really a place that I'd want to go all the time. Chipotle is probably the only one, honestly. I used to get that once a week actually for a good year there. And that was the most unsatisfying yawn I've ever had in my life. Oh, that was an 80% yawn. Oh my gosh. Great, now I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, but other than that, I've never really gone to like fast food places all the time. My family didn't really grow up eating a lot of fast food. I mean, yeah, again, like maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks or something. And maybe that's a lot. I have no idea what to compare that to. But lately, I just have not had time to cook. Actually, I just haven't made time to cook, to be honest, or I'm just too lazy and I just whatever's convenient, and I justify it saying it's cheaper, but it's 100% not cheaper ever to get fast food. And so that's been so bad for me, and I can feel it, and I feel yucky and greasy, and my skin is so bad. My camera has this thing where it blurs out my skin, I think, because this is not what it actually looks like. It's very porous, and it's scary. It could trigger someone's freaking, what is it called? Tachyrophobia? Tachyrophobia, where there's little circles. I had that for a while, actually. Okay, not I had that for a while, but it does get triggered. There's certain flowers at Trader Joe's where there's little circles in it everywhere, and I don't know what it does to me, but it's like, it's so disturbing to me, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But other things actually don't disturb me like that. But I feel like I have that every so often. That's probably incredibly invalidating if you actually have that. So I actually don't have it, but some things like that I do kind of be like, oh yeah, I could see how that would be a phobia, honestly. Yeah, I just need to get back to just home cooking all my meals. I used to make pasta every single day, just homemade pasta. Well, the noodles weren't homemade, but the sauce and everything like that was pretty fresh and homemade and cheap and healthy. So I really need to get back on that grind, and I love it. Like, I don't not like it. It tastes so good. I just get so lazy, and it's just convenient. Like, if I'm on the way back or on my way to the gym, I just stop by, get some food. I also drive back and forth to a lot of different places every day. So it's just like, if I'm hungry, I just want to stop somewhere and end. It needs to end today. I did have Chick-fil-A on my way to the gym. Hi, Rudy. And so that was not great. I also stopped by after the gym. There was someone told us about a boba place, and I did stop by to get boba, and that's where everything went wrong, because I asked him for taro boba, like a taro milk tea with boba is what I said, and he said, okay, taro milk tea with boba, got it. And I said, cool. And then I paid him the $6 that it cost for a medium-sized boba, and guess what was not in my drink? I was pissed, actually. I didn't know until I got in the car and I started drinking it, and I had already driven away, and there was no boba in there, and taro tea without the boba is just not that good to me. I need the chewiness. So that was upsetting. And then the stupidest part about it, and this is 100% my fault, is I got home and I said, okay, I kind of want to eat. Okay, so this is what happened. Then I got home and I said, okay, I want to record the podcast. That's also why I got it, because I like to drink stuff while I'm recording. Right now I just have my water. So good. Oh, I got a piece of ice. Would have been better if it was taro milk tea bowl with boba. I said, this is missing something, and in its place was like taro. I don't know, actually. I've only had taro milk tea a couple of times. I've had boba a billion times with different flavors. I've only had taro twice. So I don't know if this is common with taro milk tea. But there was like this thick, like grainy paste in my drink, and it was just tasted like taro, but it was not the vibe, because I was expecting chewy, satisfying little boba balls. So I was expecting something nice and chewy, and I got pasty and tasted like not that bad, I guess, but it just, the texture was just gross. It tasted like toothpaste, I guess, for me. And I personally did not like it. So, yep, didn't like it. And I was like, okay, I just got to go home and strain. So stupid. And strain out like the paste away from the liquid. So when I got home, I'm also pretty tired, I guess, or I'm just dumb. So when my microphone's being weird again. So when I got home, I went to the sink and I grabbed a strainer, and you guessed it, I started pouring my milk tea into the strainer, having all the stuff that I wanted to drink go down the drain, and the paste left in the strainer, and I didn't put anything under it. So just all of that freaking milk tea just down the freaking drain. I poured like probably 3/4 of it down the drain, and I was like, Abby, what the heck are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? Now you only have the paste, the thing you didn't want. Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. That was so stupid of me. Oh my gosh, it made me so mad. Like, not only did I not get the boba, but it just went down the drain. Anyways, I'm actually not that mad about it. I actually don't really care that much, but it's just like so stupid. I was just being a fool. I was being a downright fool. And I deserved it. I deserved every second of that because I was being a real idiot. But that's been today. I went climbing today and my arms are destroyed. And I feel like I need to take a break a little bit and just work on like strength training and other types of movements to get my strength back up to match my climbing at this point, because my wrists hurt. Everything just hurts. Like mostly my arms. Like my legs are kind of fine. My knees kind of hurt. I have scratches. You can't really see. All over my knees, and all over my legs. But I kind of like it because it makes me feel like a kid again, that just climbing stuff and having fun. And yeah, so that's been fun. I haven't done any crazy climbs yet. I'm still working on a V6 climb that I just have not yet conquered. But I've gotten closer than I ever have in the past couple of days and I've been working on this for like weeks now. Oh, I'm so close. I got to a new place in the climb and I just can't get past it for some reason. Okay. I don't know if you guys have heard the new song by, well, it's not that new. Well, it is new, I guess, but it's not like it came out yesterday. But it's by Jungkook, and I don't remember who the other artist is, but it was for the World Cup, and Jungkook from BTS performed it, and I'm obsessed with that song. That song makes me feel like I'm just dancing with everyone from every culture, every background around the world, and we're just having a good old time together. That's what that song makes me feel like. I was jamming to that when I was working out. I got home from my workout the other day, and I would just sat in the car, and I literally was almost crying, just like dancing to the song. It's so fun, and like, it's just a fun beat. That song is really good. Look who we are the dreamers. We make it happen, 'cause we believe it. Here's to the ones you can't imagine. Respect. Oh yeah. Actually, what are the actual lyrics? I am not singing that right. Okay, let's see. Lyrics. Please don't be in Korean because I cannot read. Actually, I did learn how to read a little bit of Korean. I've forgotten all of it, but I did. For a couple of weeks, I did try to learn Korean, and it was actually really fun, and I do want to pick it back up. But it's just, those apps are expensive, and I can't afford it right now. Maybe if everybody liked, subscribe, and share the podcast, I could learn Korean again. Okay. Korea, we are the dreamers. We make it happen, 'cause we believe it. Look who we are. We are the dreamers. We make it happen, 'cause we can see it. Okay, I gotta stop. Ala, oh, la, la. I don't know what they say. I don't actually know what language it is. Okay, I'm done with that song. I love the vibes of it. It just makes me feel good. I think that's really it for the life updates. It's just been pretty chill, I guess. Actually, I have one more. My friend Navy from high school, I've known her for a long time. She came down to California and she had a rugby game. She plays rugby. She just started with this league and they were playing a game in Santa Monica. So I watched her game and that was super fun. It made me want to play rugby, but also be horrified to play rugby. I would definitely be the one at the very end just running. But they also get tackled a lot too. So I'm just like, it's a little bit scary, but it does look fun. And I like how it's continuous because I hate watching games or sports that you stop every 2 seconds. I don't want to watch that. That's so like football is like just like that. And maybe if I had an emotional tie to the characters, the players, but yeah. Okay. Next, I'm not doing any dubs and L's. Actually, no, I can do some dubs. We'll do dubs really quick. I feel like I've already been talking for a really long time. So where the heck is my stats? Why isn't it showing me how long I've been talking for? Okay, well, I have no idea how long it's been. Okay, well, I'll just do a couple. These are some dubs. So I haven't gotten L's yet, but I also haven't asked anyone to submit any losses. I might not do the dubs and L's, just mental health. I think I just want to do it on like broad spectrum because that just will feel good to me to not only focus on mental health, but you can submit whatever you want. So you can submit that to the email below or you can Instagram me. But yeah, submit some dubs and L's and it can literally be anything that you want. Right now I just have mental health ones because that's what I asked for like months ago when I was starting to figure out what I wanted to do for my podcast, but I'm changing a little bit just to have a little bit more fun. And yeah, so I'm just going to read a couple and let's jump on into that. The quote that I wanted to talk about today is one that I saw on TikTok. I have a lot of quotes on my TikTok, and I think I said this last time, but I can't go on it that much anymore. But I'll see one every once in a while that I save, and I don't like to take every quote and everything that I see on TikTok as a sign or meaning to me because I feel like that's when you just get overstimulated and confused. But the quote says, and you've probably seen this, maybe, I don't know how viral it went, or if this is like something that everyone knows already. But it says, I once told my therapist I was depressed because I didn't know who I was. She said, or maybe that's exactly who you are. A person trying new things, exploring, creating a life, seeing what feels good, sounds beautiful to me. And that perspective saved my life. I read that and that stuck with me because I'm like, oh my gosh, I get so tired sometimes of trying to figure out who I am. And like, that's something that's already decided, I guess. And I think maybe growing up religious, I feel like that stuff's already like, I don't know, you have a purpose and everything, which I think is awesome. And I know that I have a purpose, but it's also, you can create that purpose and that can be your purpose. And it doesn't have to be like you're not, I don't know. Sometimes that stresses me out. And maybe it's just because I have a brain that has like OCD and things get sticky and I get a little bit obsessive over if something's right and feels right and is right and whatever, or wrong. So this was so freeing to me to just be like, okay, I don't have to have everything figured out. And if I like something and then I don't like it later, that's fine. Like, I am someone that I have so many interests. Like, I want to dance. I want to learn the bass. I want to keep painting and get into creating like anime art and animation. And then I also want to maybe be a therapist and a coach for OCD. It's like I have literally a billion things that I want to do, and people are always like, well, you can't do all of them. And I think, yeah, true, but also I don't think I just have to do one though. Like, I think you can discover things and have different hobbies and just create a life that you want. And so not having everything figured out is so relaxing to me, because then I can just create what I want and I can find meaning and purpose and I can create that. And it's not something that I have to like, I don't know, search for and find and like, I don't know, because that just gets confusing. And when I focus too much on like, well, who am I? It's like, I am me, and like I can choose. That's who I am. Like I'm the person that's in control of that, and I can, you know, be, if I want to be, I don't know, a bass player, then I can work to buy a bass and practice, and that's I can become whoever I want to become. I can become whoever I want to become. So that's just what I've been thinking about, and I've been taking my future more into my hands than I ever have, I think, which is kind of scary, but I also feel very empowered by that. And it's just more exciting because I really don't know what's in store for me, but I have things that I'm working towards, and I've no longer set a bunch of limits on, but I'm just this way, and that's just how I am, and that's who I am, and whatever. It's like my identity. I have a couple things that, you know, I identify with or as, but that's like core stuff. And then everything else, though, I kind of get freedom to figure out what I like to do and what I want to be and things that I want to create and stuff, and just kind of let that flow through. So yeah, I loved that quote. It was very helpful to me to just kind of relax and chill the F out on the whole, who am I? Why am I here? It's like, well, I can just create meaning. I can create purpose. I can figure it out. And if I'm suffering, then I will bear it and move on. And like, that's where it is. And we'll get into that, I guess, actually, when I talk about mental health stuff. But it also made me think of, and we're getting into just a little mental health update. Something that I've been focusing on is, again, taking control and responsibility for my future, my everything, honestly, and things that I can control. And if I'm not happy, and not like I don't feel happy, but if I don't feel like I have a purpose, then okay, I need to create one and I need to find one. And not victimizing myself, because I hate that I do that. And when I see other people victimize themselves, I get mad, but I also think that's just because I do that all the time. I'm always like the victim in my head. I don't externally express it all the time, but in my head, I'm always victimizing myself. And I think also right now, just culturally, and I don't know why this is happening, but it's so frustrating being a girl and having everyone tell me that I'm a victim. It gets into my brain, and then it just bugs the shiz out of me. And I feel like it affects me when I see everything's telling me that I'm a victim. I don't know. It's just so exhausting to me. And especially being told that like I have a disability and living with OCD and mental illness, it's like, again, you're a victim, and that's how a lot of people make you feel and things. And I've had therapists make me feel like a victim, and that's not very empowering. So I think everyone has unfair circumstances in one way or another. You can look at it whatever way you want. You can disagree with me. That's totally fine. But that's just what I believe. That's what I've seen. So I think it's empowering. And I've been trying to empower myself to be like, I don't care about my circumstance. I don't care that like other people, okay, I do, but I'm trying to like change the narrative in my head and the perspective of, because I used to walk around and be like, oh my gosh, these people are going to work like normal. They're just doing day-to-day things. They're showering. They're brushing their teeth. They're, and it's easy for them. And it's not like this exhausting, triggering experience. And waking up, it's like they just wake up and they don't feel like dread and this like instant intrusive thoughts, and everything you can be scared of in this world is instantly thrown at them by their brain. And then you don't have all these urges and whatever to do compulsions. And it's like, I just used to think of myself as a little baby victim, and I just don't, that's just not helpful anymore. And I'm trying, and I feel like I've actually been really good at just like when I've noticed that I'm having a victim mentality, it's like, ew, like that is so not helpful. And for me, that does not do anything for me other than make me feel like I'm broken and will never be fixed. It's like, fine. I'm trying to be empowered by how hard it is to have OCD and how hard it is to live in the brain and the body sometimes that I do. And someone else has it like worse in different ways and better in some ways. So yeah, it's just not helpful for me to do that anymore about my circumstance. And especially, you know, having now relational trauma from my ex-husband and like just a divorce and everything like that, and just how unfair it felt to me and it was to me. So it's very hard not to victimize myself. And I don't have a lot of money now because, you know, all of these different scenarios when it came to my marriage ending. And it's like, I can either sit there and complain and say, oh, I wish it was like this and that's not fair and blah, blah, blah. And I can acknowledge, no, it was not fair that, you know, I had a lot of money taken from me and stuff. But at the same time, it's like, I can either sit around and complain, or I can work to try to get that money back and more, because just why not try to turn it into something positive and turn the pain into something beautiful and powerful and purposeful. So that's where I've been at. And it's been really helpful to just catch myself when I'm playing out as a victim in my head. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm trying something different. And that's not to say that things aren't fair. And it is 100% not okay when people do certain things to you. Obviously, I'm not saying that, you know, those circumstances don't exist and that's ever okay. But I'm also not going to sit around and like wallow anymore in it, because that's also not helping me. And I'd rather not have me get lost in the unfairness of it. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I feel very empowered and just better, honestly. Like, I'm okay with living with OCD and anxiety for the rest of my life, and depression in and out. So it's not fun. It's not ideal, but maybe it just gives me more purpose and more meaning. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. I'm trying to shift my perspective. That's not how I think about it all the time, though. I'm not like just constantly at peace with it. Definitely not. I feel like that was all for like my mental health update. When I say victim, I am being very sensitive as well too, and I'm acknowledging that there's different kind of levels of victim mentality, where some of it is very, very real and very, you know, people actually really need a lot of help. And I feel like I was at that point after my husband left, at like the lowest point in my recovery. Well, not even my recovery, just in my OCD. I just feel like that time was where I really did feel like a victim, and because I was. But I don't know, like, I just wish there was a different word. Like, there's survivor, you know, but there's just a different type of way that I feel like I would want to explain how I felt, because I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But victim in my head just has really, it doesn't feel very empowering to me. And that's probably just my interpretation. So your interpretation of that word maybe is empowering and it's beautiful. But for me, I feel like I have to flip the script. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh, something else. Another thing that I was thinking about this week, and for a while, and especially as I talk a lot about some of the darker things when it comes to my mental health and just, you know, life in general for everyone, and is I don't romanticize the pain that I've went through. I think it's great to romanticize your life in certain aspects, but romanticizing my depression, romanticizing not wanting to live is not, it's just not, I don't know, that's not helpful to me personally. And I don't think it's very helpful to be like, oh, but it's so beautiful to be, you know, I don't know, have 1,000 dishes in your room and to live in like, I don't know, not take care of yourself, not love yourself, speak so horribly to yourself. That's like, to me, it wasn't beautiful. It's just not. And it's not helpful. It wasn't helpful for me because I would sometimes, when I feel good, I'm like, oh, but I'm not as beautiful now because I'm not in like all this pain. That certainly wasn't helpful for my mental health to like romanticize like pain and hardship in that way where it's really dark and yucky. And I definitely don't romanticize my OCD. I think there are positive things that have come from recovering from it, but not OCD itself, not the darkness itself. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of put that out there because I truly just believe that it's not like helpful to romanticize people's darkest hours because no one wants to go through that, and it's not romantic and it sucks. People just want to get out of it, so it's not helpful to romanticize it because when you're in it, you don't want to be in it. So that's just my 2 cents on that. That's just my opinion. So other people might think it's beautiful and whatever, but I just personally don't, and it didn't feel beautiful. And maybe my perspective on that will change, but I really don't think that it will because I was just in a really bad place. When I think of some of the things that I can do now, I used to not be able to go to like the gym or to do yoga or anything because I would like completely panic and I would get sent into this I couldn't even look at the sky for a while. For like a couple months maybe. Like I could, I guess, and I started to thought it was an exposure to just look at the sky, and I don't know why that was so triggering. I would just think of space and nothing made sense and blah blah blah. So I can do whatever I want. I can go on walks, I can go to the beach. I can do so many things that I used to never be able to do when my OCD was at its worst. And I can do that now. So when my OCD tries to lie and it's like, oh, you haven't recovered at all, it's like, yes, I have. I can have horrible thoughts sent to me, and I'm like, not really that phased. I don't like them still, and it's annoying, and I just wish I didn't have to feel an urge to like do a compulsion or anything, but I can live with it, and I'm not scared of it as much, and that's massive. So yeah, I've come a long way in my recovery. I still have ways to go, but I'm honestly shook sometimes at how much better I am. And that's all thanks to me, the big man upstairs, and my therapist, to both of them, I guess. I've worked with 2 of them, and they're both really good. And my family, friends that have been supportive. Well, yeah. Honestly, I don't really talk to my friends in depth about my OCD. So it's just something I tell maybe my mom. I don't really, and probably Chelsea, but other than that, I don't really open up. Except for to people on the internet. Game time, baby. It's a game time. It's time to play a game. Bing, bing, bing. And game time means it's pink time. It's hero time. Here we go. Okay. It's game time. Okay, game time means it's pink. So if you're watching, so background is pink now. I like it. I feel like it changes the vibe up, Wait, this looks purple. I do have kind of a dumb game. They're all going to be dumb. I'm sorry. If you think we're going to play fun games that are really intellectual, clever, we're not. Oh, does anyone have this thing with their jaw that they have to like literally adjust? I think there's something wrong with my neck, but I have to like adjust my neck and my jaw all the time. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I have like lock jaw. I think that's what it's called, but I literally can't even open my mouth, and I'm in so much pain, and I just have to like eventually wait till it goes back into place. It literally makes no sense, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. I'm a little bit nervous to do this. Let's see. What is that on the screen right there? What is that? Oh, which member of BTS are you, game? Game quiz. Okay, it looks like that's what we're doing, mommy. Okay. You got it. We're taking a BuzzFeed test on which member of BTS are you, because I have to know, and I have to know. So that's what we're doing. And I will read them, and we will choose, and we will see which member of BTS I am. I don't know how accurate these are. These probably aren't accurate whatsoever. So this is purely just for fun and for delusional purposes. So here we go. Let's get into it. Which member of BTS are you? Choose a houseplant. Cactus, fern. Which houseplant am I? Oh gosh, I already hate this quiz. I know I'm not a daisy. Oh, I know. One of those fake trees. Ew, what is, this is so stupid. I literally hate BuzzFeed so much. Aloe, I guess. That's so dumb. There was aloe, orchid, fern, cactus, daisy, one of those fake trees. That's the stupidest. Those are the stupidest options I've ever heard. But I'll choose aloe. Who are you in your friend group? I don't really have a friend group, but if I did, I guess I'd be probably either the funny one, I think. Probably the quiet one. Probably the awkward one. No. The crazy one? No. Sure. The artistic one. Though it's difficult, choose a favorite song. Run, bulletproof. Run them, yeah, you gotta run. I don't think that's that song, but Boy in Love, that's a good one. Dope, that's a good one. I Need You, probably. Choose an element. Earth, fire, water, and air. Oh, I didn't even say the last ones. The choices were Boy in Love, I Need You, War of Hormones, Dope, Run, No More Dream, and I picked I Need You. But I don't know. You guys probably aren't BTS fans, or maybe you are. Choose an element. Earth, fire, water, air. Water or air. Probably water. Pick a fruit. Pineapple, watermelon, coconut, mango, banana, grape. These are so stupid. Okay, I'm going to have to take another one after this. This is the stupidest quiz I've ever taken. Pineapple, watermelon, coconut. Pick a fruit. Watermelon. 100%. Name this turtle. Kevin, Princess, Cash Money, Mom, Turtle. Probably Turtle. Which team would you join? Team Swag, Team Trouble, Team Step Up. Team Step Up because it's funny. Which mythical creature is your favorite? I can't with this. Pegasus, Centaur, Phoenix, Dragon, Unicorn, Cyclops. Why does that Cyclops have boobs? Is it a female Cyclops? Phoenix? Probably a Phoenix or dragon. Probably a dragon. And finally, choose a vaguely inspirational quote. Dance through the tornadoes. Always remember you're a beautiful, sparkling butterfly. Dream up things more than exciting confetti itself. Huh? These must translate weird into English. Light stuff on fire if you have to. If you fall, just pretend like you meant to. Just keep it up. LOL. Dream up things more exciting than confetti. I think just keep it up. LOL. Jungkook! Like BTS's Maknae, you're a precious butterfly. You're hardworking, respectful, and sometimes you get yourself into trouble even though you really didn't mean to. You might seem shy at first, but you can be outgoing and fun when you're excited. That's actually kind of accurate. I'm not gonna lie, that last part is kind of accurate. But I hated that quiz so much, but you know, I'm glad it was Jungkook. I feel like it was gonna be him or Suga because we just have the most. When I watch like Run BTS things or anything like that, I feel like we'd vibe. So Jungkook. Kim Namjoon, Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Jung Ha-seok, Park Ji-min, Kim Tae-young. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember their chant. Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Jung Ha-seok, Min Yoongi, Park Ji-min, Kim Tae-young, Jung Jungkook, BTS. I think that's what it is. I probably said it wrong. I'm sorry. But you know, if anyone ever comes at me for not being ARMY, you know what I have to say to you? Honestly, if you think, okay, this is what I have to say to you. And I will prove it if you want me to prove it. That in the Spotify recap for the past 2 years, I have been in the top 0.05% of BTS listeners. Like, That is the top. I listen to them more than 99.05. I don't know how the calculation works, but this past one though, I was 0.01% in the top. That, of all people listening to BTS, that might be all of ARMY in that 0.01%. That doesn't make sense to me but BTS is popular, so maybe it's like their main songs were listened to a ton. But I was in the 0.01%, the top point. But I was in the top 0.01%. So if that's not ARMY, I don't know what is. If not watching all of their videos and listening to all their music over and over again all day, every day isn't BTS ARMY, I don't freaking know what is. So that was fun. I did not like that quiz though. That quiz was the stupidest quiz I've ever taken in my life. I have no idea how that turned out to be Jungkook. I don't know what that meant. So I don't even know how they figured it out. They literally must just put random slides together and just random things, and they think we're all idiots because we take them. And I actually don't really take those quizzes that much, but I will never take them again unless I'm doing this segment and playing games. And I probably will take it again, but I will also think it's stupid next time because, yeah, they literally must pick random stuff and then just have a calculator thing and just throws random stuff. They just probably give us a random character and we're like, ooh, yes, I knew it because A, B, and C. It's like, it's probably not accurate. Who knows? Not me. Definitely not BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed knows. If we found out anything, BuzzFeed knows almost nothing. Less than the average person, probably. The whole company. As a whole company, probably knows less than the average person. I just hate medias like that. I don't know why. I just literally hate them with everything inside of me. Anyways. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Dear Abby. Thank you so much. I'm already almost at 1,000 views, which is crazy. And I guess in podcast terms, if I was actually a podcast, technically, it would be 1,000 downloads or 1,000 whatever, which is incredible because I've only done a couple episodes. So thank you guys so much for watching. And yep, if you could like and subscribe, and if you don't, then poop on you. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And this episode's brought to you by your mom. I'm just kidding. I don't have a sponsor yet. So peace out. Bye. Love you. Bye. Rudy, no. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna freaking go throw hands to my dog. I love you so much. Goodbye. Okay. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been sleeping like a log. You found the things that you do. You guys want to see what my dinner is? That is the biggest plate full of, that's chaos right there. Salad, pasta, and jalapeno something. That is chaos. Okay, bye.